So this is definitely a story that I thought I would never be telling. All right. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I want to say happy new year, even though we are 3 months in. But due to the state of our world, I decided to hop on YouTube and do something creative and film a story time. So this is definitely a story that I thought I would never be telling. So about a year ago, I went out to this local bar called JJ's. It was probably in November of last year, and there was this event called Hibernation that was going on. And so, let me paint the scene for you. So, me and my friends, literally, Thank You Next had just dropped, literally, like that night. I was so hyped. I came home, changed, met up with some friends to go out. And, we were having a good time. We went to Rehab, we went to Just John's, we went to, pretty much all the bars on the Grove. And, here in St. Louis, whenever we end the night at the Grove, we ended up at JJ's. So they had this event going on. It's called Hibernation. And it's like High Bear Nation. It's for like bears. That's what, big burly guys are called in the gay community, whatever. So that was going on. So like literally, I get there and it was like a long line to get in. I saw this guy that I hooked up with on and off for a while, and like he paid for my cover to get in. So me and my friends get in, and that's literally the last thing I remember. Like, I remember walking in, going up to the bar with my friend Lane, and that's it. So fast forward to the next day, I wake up in my bed, fully clothed, wet, like literally saturated, and there's blood all over my sheets. My room smells like throw up. I look on the floor, there's literally throw up everywhere. Like, my room is a literal wreck. And I'm like, what the hell happened? And meanwhile, I'm thinking all this, like, I'm feeling kind of like weird and like really like coming down from something, you know what I mean? So I like sit up, look around, and like my head is like throbbing, and I like touch my head, and like there's literally blood all over my hand. So my first instinct is I got too drunk last night, drove my car home, and crashed my car. Or something happened to my car where I had a bloody face. So I get up, go in the bathroom, I like look at my face, and I'm like, crap, what happened last night? So my immediate instinct is to go outside and look at my car. I go outside, my car's gone, and I'm just like, okay, I definitely crashed my car last night. So while all this is going through my mind, I'm just looking for my phone to figure out what happened last night, and I can't find my phone anywhere. So I'm literally like bawling, I'm like feeling all emotions at once, and I don't know why my first instinct is to call Rachel, my best friend, but I literally got on my Mac and I messaged her and I was like, Rachel, blah, 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 letting her know what happened. And she was like, yo, dude, like, when I didn't see you like post for a while, I knew something like that happened. And I was like, I'm scared, can you come over, please? So she comes over, and we're literally like tearing my apartment up looking for my phone, because my location, she has my location, and it says that my phone is here, and we are literally like, okay, what the hell? So I'm thinking that maybe it just said that my location was here because this is the last place that I could have been. So we get in her car, and we're looking for my car. Turns out my car is still at JJ's, thank God. So I get in my car and I drive it home. I'm literally looking for my phone all over. And Rachel, she's like, wait, let me call your phone. And we're like, oh my God, yeah, call my phone. So she calls my phone, and it's literally like outside of my apartment door in a plastic bag on the person across the hall from me. So in the bag, there was this note, and I thought I had the note still, but I don't have it anymore. But it said something like, hey, I think this is yours, you might want this, Robbie. And Robbie's my really cute neighbor on floor 5, but he no longer lives here, so sad. So I go upstairs, and I'm like, hey, thank you so much for, giving me my phone. He goes, yeah. He goes, I don't like mean to be weird, but I went through your phone to see if it was yours. And then when he said that, I'm like, wait, you went through my phone? He was like, yeah, I went through your pictures. And I'm like, yikes. And he was like, so yeah, here's your phones. He's like, I'm glad you're okay though. And I was like, yeah, thank you so much. So I go back to my apartment and I'm literally like crying every 5 minutes. And I'm like, Rachel, like something's wrong with me. Like something is really wrong. Like I don't feel right. I've tried a lot of different substances before and I know what coming down from certain things feel like. So I was kind of feeling like I was coming down from our friend Molly, you know. It was that kind of feeling of just like nothing but sadness, and like I said, it was just a roller coaster of emotions. So at that point, I am like literally sitting in my bed bawling, and I'm like also like still messed up still. So me being me, I literally buy me and Rachel Ariana Grande tickets that second because I'm like, this will make me feel better, and I just ordered them online because why not? So at that point, I call my mom and she comes over and she's literally like, Devion, like something's wrong with you. Like you don't seem like your normal self. Like what's going on right now? And I'm just like, Mom, I literally don't know. Like I don't feel right. So I'm trying to figure out what happened to me last night. I can't contact anyone that I was with because they're all like sleeping because at this point it's like 10 a.m. So they're all sleeping and I'm just trying to figure out what happened, like trying to piece things together because I have no memory of anything that happened the night before. So my friend Lane finally answers his phone and he's like, yeah, like you were really like messed up last night, Devion. He goes, you tried fighting the bouncers at JJ's, you fell down the stairs, which is why my face was messed up, and I'll insert the picture right here so you guys can see what it looked like. But he was like, yeah, you fell downstairs into a puddle, which also explained why I was wet. So now it's all coming together. And he was just like, yeah, like you literally couldn't stand up, you couldn't walk, like he goes, you were on the dance floor with someone, you were dancing, and like I looked over and you literally mouthed the words, help me, and then you instantly fell to the ground. And at that point, I'm like, wait, what? That's not like me. Like, I get drunk like everyone else. Sometimes I get a little bit more drunk than everyone else, but I never get that drunk to where I just literally pass out in mid-stance. So Lane continues to tell me that he was like, yeah, and at that point, you were like being dragged to the bathroom by the dude you were dancing with. And I was like, wait, what? And he was like, yeah, like I immediately ran over there and like pushed that dude off you, yelled at him and like got you like coherent. And then you tried dancing again. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like me. So at that point, he was like that I literally like ran out of JJ's, started crying, fell down the stairs, and like he saw that all of the bouncers were around me and he thought that they had literally like beat me up because I was bloody. But yeah. So turns out I was roofied. Like, what? Because I literally had one drink. Like I had a drink at Just John's and then I had a drink at JJ's. So I literally had 2 drinks. So I wasn't even remotely close to being drunk, which is like the messed up thing about the whole situation is that I was sober and someone tried taking advantage of me during this busy event at JJ's. Like, what? But that's not even like the messed up part of the whole situation. It gets worse. So, me and Rachel were at my apartment with my mom, and I literally am like, I need to call like JJ's and figure out what happened last night. So a few hours after like I finally calmed down and like, you know, get leveled again, I call JJ's and I'm like, hey, you may not remember me, but I was the dude last night who got roofied at your bar. And the bar manager or whatever, he was like, oh, like the little blonde boy? Yeah, I remember you. What do you want? And I was like, yeah, I was drugged at your bar last night. Is there a way we could like view the camera footage? And he literally went off on me. He was like, you weren't drugged. He goes, you were just drunk. You couldn't stand up straight. This isn't the first time that this has happened to where you couldn't walk. Now, mind you, he's not wrong. Sometimes I get drunk, and sometimes my ankles just like to give out. That's just the simple fact of the matter. But he literally was like, you're a liar, you're banned from here, how dare you come here and do that here, like I never want to see your face again. And at that point I'm literally like almost crying and I'm like, dude, like I was almost taken advantage of in your establishment. Like, this is your responsibility to make sure that, you know, things are getting covered. So he literally was like, I'm not giving you any camera footage, and he hung up on me. So not only was I roofied and almost assaulted, but I was also victim shamed by a bar that I visit almost every weekend. So that happened, and I just was like, wow, well, I'm banned from JJ's. So after all that happened, the next weekend, I decided to go to JJ's. And at the door, I was turned away because I was banned. So the weekend after that, I broke into JJ's because they had a new door guy. He didn't know who I was, so I went in. I was doing my little thing, making my rounds, you know, dancing, whatever. And I get a tap on the shoulder. And he points the door, and I'm just like, alright, I'm gonna head out. So I'm just like, alright, cool. And mind you, that went on for months, that I would literally try to break into JJ's because I was so drunk and wanted to just end my night the right way. And I kept getting turned away at the door every single time. So there's that. My ban only lasted 4 months though. It was supposed to last 6 months, but the guy was like, hey, you know, you stop trying to break in here, we're gonna let you back in. So here you go. And I'm like, wow, awesome, love that. And the reason why I'm talking about this today is just because all my Snapchat memories, like the me getting unbanned video popped up, and I was like so happy about that. So yeah, that's my story time of the time I got roofied. I guess the moral of the story is, don't trust a drink at JJ's or a drink from strangers. Anyways, I hope you guys stay safe, hope you guys stay productive, and I hope you guys find something to do while we're all quarantined at home. Bye.